All right, welcome to Module 3 Pre-Module Review. This is Part 2. We're going to look at operations with decimals. And remember, you can use a calculator for this, but I'm also going to show you how to do it by hand if you would like to challenge yourself, or if you want to go a little bit faster. So, when adding or subtracting with decimals, the first thing you want to do is line up your decimal, and then fill in blanks with zeros. So here we have 1.45 plus 2.3. All right, when I say line up your decimal, I mean I want you to write it vertically. So we're going to go ahead and do 1.45. And notice, decimal, decimal. I'm going to put my decimal underneath the other one. And I put the 2 here and the 3 here. Notice there's a blank spot right here. There's nothing under the 5, so I have to make sure to fill in a 0 there. We are adding. Now we just add each set of numbers. 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 3 is 7. Bring down our decimal. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1.45 plus 2.3 is 3.75. Let's look at subtraction. 4.6 minus 0.237. I'm going to put 4.6. Notice 2 decimals, so I got to make sure to put my other decimal underneath. 0.237. We're subtracting. And I'm going to fill in my blanks with zeros. Now, I can't do 0 minus 7. So I have to go next door and borrow. But this is also a 0, so I'm going to have to go next door again and borrow. So this 6 becomes a 5. This 0 becomes a 10. And then we're going to borrow from it and make it a 9. And this 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. 5 minus 2 is 3. Bring down our decimal. 4 minus 0 is 4. 4.363. All right, let's look at multiplying. When multiplying with decimals, you want the shortest number on bottom, because that'll save you some time. So here we have 2.2 times 1.25. 2.2 only has 2 numbers, and this time it doesn't matter if your decimals line up. So I'm going to put 1.25, and I'm going to do 2.2. Notice my decimal's not lined up, and that is okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this far right number, we're going to multiply it through every single thing, and then move on. So let's start. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. We are done with this 1, and we are done with this 2. We're going to put a placeholder 0, because we're moving over a place value. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry 1 again. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. Now we add 0, 5, 7, 2, and we have to figure out how many places to move the decimal. If we start over here, we have 1, 2, 3 places we have to move the decimal. So 1, 2, 3. We end up with 2.75, and I'm not going to put the 0. I guess I will. You don't have to put that 0 at the end if you don't. All right, I'm going to show you how to do this also with a calculator, because a lot of us get stuck on that. 0.4 times 3.5. Notice if there's no symbol, it's multiplication. On my calculator, I'm going to type in 0. And notice nothing changed. That's okay, because the 0 and the decimal are already there. So 0.4, now it shows up. Remember, times is the X symbol. So I'm going to hit the times button, and nothing changes, which is okay. And then 3.5. And then we hit this equal sign down here, and we get 1.4. All right, lastly, we have division with decimals. We have 2.8 divided by 0.5. Long division with decimals is a lot of steps. I'm only going to show you once. And remember, you can also use a calculator. Our first thing we want to do is set up our division, and by that I mean we want to put in our box. The first number goes inside the house, 2.8. The second number goes outside, 0.5. So we set up our division. Our second step is to move our decimal until it is gone, which means I'm going to take this decimal and move it one space to the right, which means I have to move this one space to the right. Once you get to the end of the number, the decimal is gone. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite, because it helps me. So now I have 28 and 5. You can put the 0 in front of it if you want to, but you don't need that 0 to tell you that number is 5. Then we're going to divide, which by that we mean how many 5s can I fit into 28? Well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is pretty close. 30 is the next one, so we're going to go with 25, which is 5 times. I put the 5 up top. Next we multiply. 5 times 5 is 25. And then we subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. 2 minus 2 is 0. And we bring down. There is nothing over here. So we're going to add a 0, bring it down. Now we have 30. And we're repeating, so we're going to go all the way back to this step. How many 5s can I fit into 30? Well, we already checked. It's 6. 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract. 30 minus 30, 0. And that's how we know we're done. But wait! Where the heck does the decimal go? We moved our decimal one place earlier in each number, so we have to move our decimal one place and put it back. So our answer is 5.6. If you would like more practice dividing or operations with decimals, you can look at E1, E3, and E5 at 7th grade.